Well, hello peeps, it's the Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you today? Well, what I was going to talk about today is what has happened with this new SFS scheme in Wales, and this is what I originally started doing these protest videos about. They've changed it a bit. So originally when it was going to come in, I'm only in one scheme. It's called a BPS scheme, the most basic scheme of all. I claim as little as I need to claim just to get by, and I have about £10,000 income on my little farm, and that's not profit, that is income, and I got to pay my council tax out of that, which is 2,700, and you know, you basically just break even, if that. And this scheme that's come out yesterday, originally you were supposed to go into a system where you could stay in the BPS scheme like I'm in now, but you would have it drop by, I think it was either 10 or 20%, but they've gone through the scheme, and as usual they've hurt the people that don't claim money. So myself, this new scheme has come out now in Wales, the SFS scheme, and remember I'm in the BPS scheme, it's called. I'm not in any of these schemes or anything else, and they've just decided to take 40% of my income away in one swoop. So out of what I said earlier, 40% of that is going. So it's nice of them, isn't it? So they're basically forcing you to go into this new SFS scheme. And I know probably some people on here saying, why do you want to go in it? Well, it's a job to survive as a small farm without that money. And even, as I've told you, that is my income. What I tell you, I've got such a small income. Why do they always pick on the small farmer all the time, eh? Why do they do that? You know, I earn less than a person on the dole, and I work as hard as anybody. So it's all about force, isn't it? Really, it's about forcing people to your will, to their will. That's what it's all about. And I'm afraid we're going to end up in a pickle. I think if this carries on, the people in charge really don't want the best for us. What they want is control, and that's what's worrying me. If they control the farms, they control the food, they control everything. And certain people like me who are a bit more maverick and don't like that sort of thing, they try to force you into this situation. Now, as you can see, and as I tell you, my farm is a beautiful place in my eyes. I'm not one of these people who likes to hack all the hedges down and make them all boxy and square. I like them like this. I always have. I think that's how it's always been. And my meadows, look, they're all like that. I'll just turn you around, look. This is a perfect example of what my farm is like. I'm not one of these people who boxes their hedges all in. I'd like to see them grow like this. Just who I am. I spent years on the forestry cutting trees down. I don't like cutting trees down. Cut hundreds of thousands of them down. So as I say to you, over the years, my job is to produce food for everybody. I know I'm not a big farm and people may look down here, but I produce enough to feed a couple of hundred people throughout my little farm. And I hope they're grateful. But it doesn't seem like a lot of them are grateful these days. They've been sort of brainwashed, haven't they? Come on, girl. Yeah. The fern has grown here. Go on. No. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are grateful these days. They're just interested in forcing their views onto others. And why do they want to do that? I think people are being taught in universities and academia that the only way to get on is to force others to your will. I genuinely think that, because I never saw that when I was growing up. You'd have lots of people that I knew from various areas or farms or wherever I worked with. A lot of them are really hard people, you know, really hard-nosed blokes, but they would never really force you to do anything. They would just it's strange. I think we've got people leading us at the moment are more wimps. And they believe the only way to get anything is by pushing people into something, which it never used to be like that. People would get you to decide to do things or ask you, and it's not like that anymore. You get these wimps like people in government at the moment, and I think a lot of it is some of these women. I don't mean that at all bad against women. I mean some of the women who do get into positions and they're civil servants, they're very, very ambitious. And we've seen blokes like that as well, haven't you? You know, you get ambitious people who are got a chip on their shoulder. There's nothing worse. I think we've got lots of people like that at the moment in UK society. And that's the problem. All they want to do is to get revenge all the time. And for some reason, they want to get revenge on the farming community. And I don't know why. I think they're a bunch of lunatics, really. And like I say, we got this lot in the Senedd in Wales there. They like to go on about the miners, and now they're anti-mining. That's what I find bizarre about it. Everybody I knew when I was growing up were for the miners. Most of the farms and people like that. And these lot now, well, it's bizarre. They're anti-mining, anti-steel making, anti-anything really. And we're in some kind of a really mad world where they think you don't have to make anything, you just buy it off other people. I don't get it myself. But I just thought I'd let you know about this new SFS scheme in Wales. So 40% of my income has gone just like that. 40% of around 10 grand. So thank you very much, you bunch of bastards. That's all I can say. It's not as if I earn a lot. So, but never mind, we'll keep going. They're not going to rule me. I've had worse times than that. Come on. I own my farm, thankfully, and I haven't got a mortgage, so they can stick it right up their hole if that's how they want to be. So thank God we managed to pay it off at the start of the year. Things would have been quite hard, I think. Never mind, perhaps I can sell my body, I don't know. God knows. So here we are. Isn't it a beautiful farm? Another meadow, look. Must get this all cut now. It started to burn a little bit, it always does on that bank there. But we've had a bit of rain the last day now. So it should all green up a little bit now in the next week. So I'm taking a gamble, of course, by not cutting it in this dry weather, but sometimes you got to use your noddle, and I think if you're cutting stuff that's too dry, it's not worth anything to give to the animals anyway, so may as well just leave it green a little bit if you can. And I think I did this a couple of years back, and it grew up a little bit from the bottom again, so we'll see. I got my fast track back yesterday, brought it back, so just need to, we can get the mower on that and get ready to do the harvest and things. Come on, girls, here. So that's a long one of bumbling on today, isn't it? About nothing really. But I just wanted you lot to know how these things affect small farmers. It doesn't affect big farmers so much, because lots of these big farmers are in lots of schemes. They're not just in one scheme. Like in my area, there's some farms up round where I live, I'm pulling in well over £500,000 in lots of different schemes and things like that, and they've got to pick on the small farmer, somebody like me who's just in the 10 grand situation, you know, less than somebody on the dole. But I'm a happy person, like I tell you. I like to see the glass is half full with me always. And even though I talk about things on here, I say this, I am one of these people who just gets on with life. And as soon as I turn this camera off, I'm as happy as Larry walking my dogs and with my missus. So, by the way, she's doing well at the moment. And I just get on with life. So, there we are. That's the one for today. So, thank you very much for watching. And I've had some parts delivered for the Land Rover, so hopefully that should be getting on the road soon. Let's cross our fingers, because that could save me a lot of money. No tax, no MOT. All the best. Ta-da.